So I was in the middle of unboxing this thing, and it just dawned on me that I should probably hit record. So I just got the Xiaomi. I should probably look up how to pronounce that correctly. According to Marquise Brownlee, that's the Xiaomi Mi 11. I always think of like Xiaoyu because of Link Xiaoyu and Tekken, but you know, that's just me. So we got a nice little care package here. I'm also going to record off my iPhone, so you're going to see like, you know, varying degrees of camera footage here. Recording off of my iPhone 12 Pro here. Giant thing right here. It's just is huge. It's like a step ladder. I not dare sit in this thing. Hefty boys in here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this would Metal Gear survive. I'm sitting. Mama, I'm sitting. All right. So here's the packaging. Here's what it comes in. A very nice square box. Then you flip the box open to reveal the case and phone. Here we are, the Xiaomi Mi 11. Here we go. Open it up. There we have it. In all of its splendor. Feels like, immediately feels like the Samsung phone. The Samsung Note. Kind of has that same sort of feel. Very big in the hand. I'll just read down the list here. Cinematic 108 megapixel enhanced night mode. Cinematic audio, sound by Harman Kardon. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. WQHD plus ultimate clear 120 hertz display. Iconic lightweight design. It is pretty lightweight, despite its very, like, you know, wide height and width. It's very light. What's exciting about this is the new Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. This is the 888 AAA. Connect to 5G with flagship speed. 55 watt wired plus 55 wireless turbocharging. I want to show that color off. See if we can get it. See that gleam. It's a very light blue. You can see where the barcode was that I snapped it off of. The sticker here. You can see the actually has the brand name here. Put the right side up. Yeah. Mi UI 12, yours alone. Very Joy from Blade Runner there. So, you know, obviously you go through the setup here. Ask you your language and all that. Gboard. Policy agreements. And yada yada yada. Here is the wire. Here is the brick. Here we have it. Control selfie camera over here. After all the setup and making sure the privacy is to my liking, setup is now complete. Typing feels intuitive. It's got haptic feedback. Screen is very easy on the eyes. Obviously very fluid because of the 120 hertz screen we have going on here. This is what I want to look at here. As you can see, you have AI here, AI camera. That's very interesting. It seems like it just adjusts. Wow, it looks really crispy from here. You have HDR, toggle HDR-A, or regular HDR. You have a toggle here. You know, you have the filters. Obviously, the Beautify filter that gets a lot of crap here. Yeah, it's basically like Photoshop. Okay, so let's take a picture of me, taking a picture of me, taking a picture of me. Oh, wait. And here we have it. Now we're gonna go to video. There's a pro filter here. Oh, I see. As you can see, 108 MP Ultra HD is on. You can take a raw picture here. That's pretty great. Picture quality. You can toggle the picture quality if you want to. There's a lot of tinkering you can do. Focus peaking over here, exposure verification. You can straighten. Wow. Here, I just want to make sure that I'm getting the best footage that I can. Let's actually take a look outside because it's bad weather. It's snowing. We're gonna take a look outside. Yeah, you can actually see those snowflakes falling a lot better now. Looks pretty crispy, right? Looking pretty crispy. This is another issue I was facing. So I guess on Pro is the only place where I can actually toggle on to like 60 frames per second in 4K and such. Because I can't do it on regular video mode. Regular video mode just does not allow you to go to 4K. Hello, in post Isaac here. I want to talk about the contrasting images we got here. We have the Xiaomi 4K 60 frames per second. The colors here are much deeper. The footage is a little bit more pushed in than the iPhone. The colors are deeper. The blacks are deeper. The colors are richer, but it's not capturing the frames per second as well as the iPhone is in 4K 60 frames. This may be because I had image stabilization on. I'm not quite sure. Also, be wary. Rendering from Premiere Pro to YouTube may have an effect on how video playback is, so keep that in mind. Now here we have some 8K footage. You can only record in 30 frames per second, obviously, with the phone. Notice some flickering over there by the map. I didn't have too much great footage here. Here's some 108 megapixel photos. You can really see the detail in my pants down to every disgusting pube. Obviously, here is where you can get into the nitty gritty in the Pro. You have like a little, can't even see it. Let's see. You see the sound. You got an equalizer here. There you go. Catches everything you're saying. You also can mess with the lens here if you want to. You can go from the macro lens to the ultra wide to the regular wide. Here you can mess with the focus if you want. As you can see here. It's around with the color balancing. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do over here on the Pro. Obviously, they want you to use this for film and movie making. Hence the director's chair. Thank you guys. You guys didn't know I wanted to make a movie. You have a toggle here where you can average the frames. Now, that's to mess with the front-facing camera just a little bit. It looks like I have some of that Beautify nonsense on my face. You can get addicted to this. Yeah, you can really see like the makeup job they're doing on you. That's scary. I also want to test the quality of the actual screen because it's gorgeous. So right off the bat, you can just see the spectrum of color. very vividly here on the Xiaomi. There's not a lot of frame differences. There's more examples as we go on, but you can see the color spectrum a lot cleaner on the Xiaomi screen. The grass is a little bit more greener. Again, that color spectrum, you just get a wider gamut of color. And the fire is just a little bit deeper where it needs to be. The water is just a little bit more blue. Really want to focus on that color spectrum. That's really where it's most noticeable. Here we have 4K footage of the Dark Knight. I have it sped up a little bit also. Right here you can just see a little bit more white in the mask, a little bit more deep blue there, a little bit more true color to the jacket back there. It's a little brighter right here in the outside. Again, just a deeper focus on the blues. That red really pokes out. That's pretty much it on this example here. So as you can see here, we have a 4K 120 frames per second video. You can't really tell the difference in frame per seconds here, but you can see the deeper colors between the two, as I've been pointing out here in these post-narrative recordings. You also have some examples of the sound here. That Harman Kardon, I looked up how to pronounce that. Let's definitely is where you're hearing the most bass. As an example, right here, you see it's turned down, but as soon as we crank it up, the sound is just insanity. I have to make sure that you guys can hear me. I have to tweak my voice to get over this massive sound. So we're moving at 200 speed just so I can show you how the loading screen, getting from Xbox Game Pass to the actual loading screen of Ori and the Will o' the Wisps takes. I am using Razer Kishi here, which is compatible with the Xiaomi Mi 11. It takes us just about over 30 seconds to get to the actual credits of the game. You know, the Xbox studios, the so on and so forth, the developers. And then we're gonna lap right about here. Now we're gonna time the same thing here with Gears 5. I did just want to say here that the ecosystem that they have here, which is a little bit more oriented to gaming in comparison to Apple, is really top notch here, especially when you combine the elements of this Kishi Razer Xbox Game Pass, and you know, just having the ability to game anywhere, your clouds, saving this. I haven't played Gears 5 since I set up my Xbox One X originally, and that Ori save file came from my PC gameplay. So after booting roughly around the same time as Ori and the Wisp, we move on to actually loading the game up in a load screen. Doesn't take too long, I don't believe, but immediately when we jump in, there is immediate frame dropping and jitters, which is amazing to me since the Snapdragon processor here, the 888, is tailor-made for gaming here. I wanted to show a little bit more instances of juddering here. There's not a lot on the screen right now. I'm just walking around in total darkness trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out how to open a door right now. It looks impressive. There's HDR capabilities. There goes the judder right there. But there's no way to really, there we go, as you can see, there's really no way to toggle it. Also, coming in and out of stages, there's a lot of jitter, as you can see right there. That may also have to do with unlocking achievements. I'm not quite sure, but it's very noticeable, which means that this is really only really capable of processing single player kind of campaigns. This is not a good thing. We're still not quite there yet for mobile gaming, like efficiently. Well, at least as good as consoles or PCs. Consoles haven't gotten to PCs. There's no way mobile games are. Well, playing AAA titles on mobile games, I should say. But it's impressive. I mean, everything feels great here. There's no jitters. There's not a lot on the screen really to slow down anything, which is again why I feel like single player games will really shine the most on this phone in particular. But I was having a good time. It was very immersive. This was fun. In conclusion, after having it just for about a weekend or so, initial impressions, nothing really in depth, I really enjoy the phone. This is the first Android phone ever that I've had a test unit of that actually would make me consider jumping ship from Apple, which I have known all my life as far as being a smartphone consumer, actually moving to the other team. There's just that much going for it. It provides everything that the iPhone 12 does, but just a bit better at damn near half the price. Like, what can you really say? Of course, App Store, those basic things that Apple has over Android devices are still there, but the ecosystem is really catching up. Like I was saying before, it's a little bit more game orientated, which is where it was going. Cloud streaming, at least that's where they wanted to go. This gaming industry. With Microsoft making the moves that they're making, the groundbreaking moves that they're making, Microsoft, they continue with this and partnering with Android, and as long as Apple doesn't get the picture, it soon won't be any reason to be an iPhone user instead of just convenience of not having to switch and learn a new UI or become part of a new I guess way of thinking and living. I really enjoyed this phone. I really may switch. I'm so knee deep in the Apple ecosystem at this point. As you can see, I did various iPhone 12 comparisons. I have Apple products behind me. I have some on the side here that you can't see, but this is a real game changer here, especially for the consumer, not maybe the cutting edge guys, but consumers, the guys, the people who just want a new phone with all the nifty stuff at half the price. This is it. This is what it is. This is the new entryway. And of course, I always felt like the iPhone 12 was sort of a half measure, a stopgap between Apple's old ways and introducing their new ways. This is a stopgap, and maybe the iPhone 13 later on this year, will provide something of closer kind of experience. That remains to be seen. As of now, best phone I think I've ever used. Thanks again. By the way, come check me out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/JokeManuno. I play a lot of RPGs. We watch a lot of Crash TV. And we watch hood movies every Saturday.
She could have this nigga nuts hard.
Take a look at the schedule. That's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Around 7:30. On the weekdays, weekend, maybe an hour later, 8:30. Come on by. Alright, see ya.